Let's watch PewDiePie. How dare you say this to me, Joe Rogan? The title.
Joe Rogan, you have taken 2 steps too far. How dare you, you shiny head son of a bitch, criticize video games?
Hell yeah.
For those of you who don't know, warning, warning, Joe Rogan criticized video games. And this is news.
PewDiePie is the best.
Pew News. Joe Rogan passes controversial remarks on video games. What the dog? Joe doesn't really understand, Ninja responds. My god! You don't get it, Joe. Guess you're not a gamer, huh? What the fuck? Joe, I thought you liked Quake. Hey Joe, you may think I'm a loser in real life, but in the gaming world, you're the loser. Got him, didn't I?
That was kind of funny.
For those of you who don't know, Joe Rogan is a podcast host. I think he's probably the most popular podcast host, I think at least. And I mean, I don't know how you even have a podcast in 2020 without pissing someone off every week. And today, I guess he pissed off the gaming community. This time, you pissed off the wrong crowd, Mr. Joe. How dare you? How dare you criticize video games? So what did Joe Rogan say? Well, let's check it out.
You know, and then they seek refuge in drugs or video games or something that stimulates them. And video games
So
are a real problem. They're a real problem.
What?
You know why? Because they're fucking fun.
Addictive.
And you don't. Yeah. Well,
I'm trying to find my just chatting thing. Okay, we're
have
gonna
a
do
real
that.
problem with them. And you do them, and they're real exciting, but you don't get anywhere.
Right.
It's like you could do like martial arts, right? You could learn jujitsu. You get
What?
obsessed by jujitsu, and then 3 years later, you're like an elite jujitsu athlete. You're
What kind of beta martial arts take 3 years to become an elite? The dude?
entering in competitions. You're a purple belt.
You're moving up.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Right.
You're thinking like, I might be able to open my own school one
You
day.
got confidence.
Yeah, if I have 100 students and those 100 students are paying me X amount of dollars per month,
It's almost like if you have like a stream or something like that with like 100 viewers and they like pay you X dollars. Why are you
fucking
talking
comeback.
about jujitsu, man? Hey, man, you ever heard about I've been doing it wrong. Gaming money? Get the fuck out of here. I'm all about that jujitsu bread. I'm quitting YouTube right now. I could be making jujitsu money this whole time, and no one told me there was jujitsu money laying around everywhere.
I can make a living.
Nah.
Holy shit, I can have this would be amazing. And then you see your jujitsu school, and your jujitsu instructor has all these students and drives a Mercedes, and he's got a nice family.
I could have a Mercedes jujitsu Mercedes.
Oh no. There it is.
God damn it! God damn it! I've been sold a pipe dream that isn't real. I make no money.
Way
God
you're
damn
doing
it.
something exciting and fun, and you don't.
Oh,
or
yeah.
you could just be playing
Didn't you just say that gaming is too fun? I'm just seeing a bit of correlating message here, Joe.
fucking video games. 3 years later, you could be that same kid just playing video games, waiting for the next whatever the fuck game is, next Xbox game to come out, and you're gonna waste your time.
You have children.
You gotta waste your time playing video games. Jiu-jitsu? Not a waste of time.
I want to say real quick my input. I mean, yes, it's true. It is addicting, but you could do a lot of other things that waste your time too. I don't know. People scroll through their phone hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on end. TikTok, what a waste of time. But continue.
I mean, I get what he's saying though. At least with jiu-jitsu, you're building your body, you're building your muscles. You're learning a skill that you're gonna have for life instead of a video game that comes out. You know, there's always a new cycle of games. Even if you get good at one, there's always gonna be a new one. I guess is my point. So I get it. I get his point. It's just like the worst example ever with jiu-jitsu. And that's another thing. Like, you wouldn't even have to be good at gaming to make a living. Obviously, right? There's gaming compared to jiu-jitsu as a superior job. It's like the worst example you can make. You can make analytical content, reviews, streaming, YouTube, esports, managing. I like all these so much aspects of gaming, and it's such a massive market. Developing, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? I'm curious what Ninja said. Let's check out what Ninja said. And I guess that's the thing. Like, who gives a shit Joe Rogan has to say about video games? Like, no one cares. That's like
What does Ninja
what I
have
would
to
think
say?
about. I know everything about everything, so it's hard to think of an example. Makeup. That's like me saying makeup stupid. You cannot make money. Makeup doesn't happen. But I think it's the fact that everyone is talking about this that makes it so interesting, and his comment about wasting time. It's almost like Joe Rogan accidentally brought up the discussion of what is the meaning of life. Building a career for yourself, or you're making money and building something out of yourself, or just having fun in the moment and enjoying yourself. And that's almost how it became such a big deal. Let's see what Mr. Ninja said.
Most recent clip going on about Joe Rogan, his comment about video games or like gamers, and I think where he was coming from, or what he was talking about specifically, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but what I watched the whole thing and tried to get context of it. I watched,
I don't want to say it.
Here, wait, I'll be right back. Back, reacting. Sorry.
Fucking hate him, Ninja. Just say it. I won't put words in his mouth because I want to be invited to his podcast in the future. But I think maybe like what he meant was like that. I think I watched the whole clip, and like I don't think he meant anything bad. Invite me to the podcast, Joe Rogan. Let's talk about games and shit. I love you, man.
Before and after the clip that was just, being posted on or on Twitter. It sounds like he's talking about like the top 1%, like the very odd or one-off chance that you're going to be.
These ads, I swear to
Did
God.
you know you can change your voice in real time?
Real time.
With Voice Mod, you can have the voice you...
I swear to God, YouTube ads got worse. Maybe not. I feel like they've gotten worse.
A professional player, an esports player, and a successful one at that, right? I mean, you can be a professional esports player and, beyond like a tier 2, tier 3 org, which is not maybe paying you the most. And obviously, if you're not winning and being paid a lot, you're not a big streamer, then you're not really making a lot of money. So I'm assuming he's just basically talking about, the top 1%. You're winning every tournament. You're on the top org.
Oh my god, jeez. All right, great response. So yeah, there was a Twitter bad, but yeah, I saw a bunch of comments as well. Quit gaming 8 months ago, bought a new car. I have an amazing new girlfriend. I make a shitload of money, and I'm buying a house this spring. I party every weekend. I'm never home. I enjoy and laugh. Do yourself a favor. Stop trying to make a gaming career. It's cringe as fuck. And of course, we have the contrast here. Quit my job 4 months ago. Bought a car. Got out of an unhealthy relationship. I make more money now playing video games. I also use my platform to bring awareness to mental health and bipolar. Life is great. Do yourself a favor. Stop being closed-minded. It's cringe as fuck. I wasted my
so
time
good.
playing video games as a kid to such a degree that I wanted to know how to make them. I wasted time learning some coding, art, sound, and music, and now been wasting my life for nearly 30 years writing music for them, and companies waste lots of money paying me for it. Epic. Yeah, I even though I kind of memed it already, I feel like it'd be so easy for me to come at Joe Rogan's statement and be like, yeah, Joe, you f***ing idiot. I make money playing video games. What the f*** you talk about, you dumb bitch? How can you be so stupid? He really just sounds like a boomer. I'm sure when I'm old and I'll have my podcast and I'll just go, yeah, these fucking kids, man. Back in my day, we play real games. Now these kids are playing VR, SMER. Real men back in my day, we play Fortnite. God damn it, we play battle royales, but they don't even know what that means.
This will probably happen.
This is such a generational gap that's always existed. Even with novels, I'm sure people said like, oh, people wasting their time reading books. You should go out there in the real world, enjoy the real world. Fucking cringe. It's just a thing that's always been going on, and it's always gonna keep happening. But I also find it, I do find it kind of cringe with all the streamers
I completely agree.
going after Joe, being like, well, I make a
There will
living,
always be
he's so
something new
stupid.
that people will
It
hate
feels
on.
kind of irresponsible almost to just say that, because it's. I love the idea that I can just inspire my audience, or I don't know, people in general, if they want to pursue YouTube and other gaming related things. Like, yeah, go for it. But I don't want to sell people on the pipe dream that is possible for everyone, because it isn't. Just like any sport or profession, you have to be in that one top percent or 0.1 or whatever the percentage may be to really be successful at it, and it just doesn't happen to everyone. And that's just reality of life. Does that mean
Amen.
you shouldn't pursue your dreams? No, but I think it's important to have some.
I like one of his lights is
perspective
off, one of it
what you're pursuing at least. And I think especially when you're talking about something that is actually, like what Joe was saying, highly addictive. Like the video games are dopamine hits, and having kids being so exposed to them for hours and hours, I can't honestly say that I think that's
Another
necessarily
fucking ad,
a good
dude.
thing either. It kind of worries me as well a little bit when we design something to be addicted. And even myself as a kid, I was probably yeah, looking back, I was definitely actually addicted to video games, and I think a lot of kids are. I think it's way more common than people think. So even though there's a ton of benefits to video games, like I read
Yeah, I'm
studies
fucking
saying
addicted.
that it helps with logical thinking, like puzzle solving. I guess that's logical thinking. Reaction time, if you think that's important. Yeah, it can improve your memory. You can meet friends online. It can help you get out of mental health situations. There's a ton of positive benefits, but I think that
So
doesn't
not negative
make
too.
gaming above criticism.
I was gonna say one of the things too. I think benefits of gaming. I feel like it's put me in a more like if there's ever like a crisis, I'm better in a crisis mode. It's like fucking Valorant, Call of Duty. These like fucking highly intense like moments. Like whenever you're trying to clutch like a 1v5 or like eventually you build up a resistance to this. It's so stressful. And I remember like the first time I was like playing Call of Duty and like I was in a 1v2 playing like 2v2 S&D. And I would be like shaking fucking nervous. And like now, yeah, you still get nervous. Your like heart starts beating sometimes. But it's like you build up a resistance to it. Like we had a scary moment with kayaking where someone capsized. And then I was really aware and like I didn't really go into a panic mode. It was more of like very logical thinking and like, I don't know. It might not be a good thing, might be just me being crazy, but I don't know. I feel like gaming has probably helped my crisis panic mode to be more cool, calm, collected, and focused, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
It seems like the gaming community is so sensitive to criticism. Like, just acknowledging
true.
that gaming
Everybody's
addiction is a
sensitive,
thing
dude.
and that it is a problem.
Everybody's fucking sensitive. I fucking hate it. It's annoying. You say one thing about their hair and they start crying.
Which I think is what Joe is trying to get at. He just brought up a terrible example, at least, I think. Yeah, invite me to your podcast, Joe. I love you. Come on, man. This is what it really meant, guys. It doesn't diminish all the good. You can talk about both. It's okay. If gaming is your only hobby, I would invite you to try something else. It's fun. That's a fun thing about life. It's like what we talked about in the beginning.
Keep high life tips.
Pursuing, trying to build something big for yourself or just enjoying yourself. And I think personally, the answer is just a balance of both. To me, the idea of going through life being just feeling comfortable and feeling happy in the moment, being entertained, is terrifying. I hate that idea. I never want to live life just like that.
Gotta be a
But
challenge.
also, living life, when I look at people that are all about optimizing and trying to be as effective as possible and accomplish as much as possible, that makes me really disgusted as well. I think there's just
Happy
a middle
medium.
ground. I feel like I am, though, becoming more boomer across the years. Like, a few years ago, as you guys know, I got into reading a lot more, and
What a boomer.
such a boomer. It's just like comparing that hobby, which is something you kind of have to force yourself a little bit to get into if you're not used to it, to something compared
Yeah.
to video games. I mean, obviously it's different for everyone and everyone gets different things out of different hobbies, but I can't honestly say I get that much out of video games compared
You
to
don't
reading a
really.
book that I feel like, oh, I learned something. I actually got something out of this. Even if it's fiction, I can still, oh, cool. I could immerse myself in a character. I guess you can do that in games, but I don't think games are that good at it. I don't think they are. I can't remember last time I played a game and be like, oh, I learned something. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are examples, but it just doesn't happen as
Undertale.
often, is what I'm saying. I guess what I'm saying is find a balance. By all means, enjoy video games. It's a great hobby. It's super fun. It's fun.
Yeah, gaming is it's a waste of time. Majority of the time, gaming is a waste of time, but it's just like, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things that are a waste of time. Gaming is just a really addictive one. And it definitely, I've been thinking it'd be fun to do like a dopamine detox kind of, not like play games for a certain amount of time. I don't know. Try to focus more on like what I should focus on, probably like reading, because like I probably should enjoy reading, but I don't
To
because
share with
it's
other people. And
doesn't
that's what
click.
made my job
No
possible, and I
dopamine.
couldn't be happier about it. But also find a balance. I think that's what makes life
Balance.
fun. Doing different things. I don't know. I just thought this whole discussion was so interesting, and I'm curious what you guys think. Anyway, passing on the question to you guys, and that's it for Poppy Sumoria today. And remember, keep gaming, gamers.
Oh my god, another ad. What the fuck was that?
It's time to raise what was once forgotten.
What is this?
What creatures, fart spells, and poop troops await.
What
Poopy
the
is coming to
fuck?
Nintendo Switch. And remember, it has a very big PP.
What the
Pre-order promotion.
fuck? Holy shit. The fuck was that? Holy shit.